Hi folks, Chris here. If you're watching this, that means I've decided to make this video public and share it with you guys. Basically, the video is about my little CT90 that I picked up a couple of days ago for the princely sum of $200 with a plan to restore it. The other aspect of this video I want to talk a little bit about is some of the stuff that's happening in my life personally. And I guess the reason why I ended up buying this little bike and why I'm sort of looking at using or doing a project with it. So I'll talk a bit about some of the stuff that's sort of happening for me at the moment. I'm not currently working, and I'll sort of talk through some of the issues around that and where I'm trying to get to. The problem with that is there'll be some people who want to find out about the motorbike who have no interest in my personal life, and there'll be some who are interested in my personal life perhaps, who have no interest in motorbikes. So I'll probably manage to annoy everyone with this little video series. But partly I'm doing it for myself as well, just to kind of, I guess, clarify a few things in my head as well. So yeah, this bike is a CT90. Honda built millions and millions of these bikes. These particular ones came from 1966 through till 1979, and then they moved to the CT110, which is the 110cc motor, from 1980 through till around about 2010, I think they made them. They still make a variant of them now for the Australia Post, but only you can't buy them privately. You can only buy them through Australia Post, I think. Very simple bike, very easy to work on. So carburetor, single cylinder, chain, pressed steel frame. So very, very simple. My plan initially was to turn one of these into a little cafe racer. So strip the excess stuff off the frame, put a sort of narrow upholstered seat on it, little fuel tank in front of it, sort of flat handlebars, and make it look like a little cool thing to whiz around town on. At this stage though, I'm probably going to just try and get it running, and then we'll go from there as to what that looks like. I might stick a couple of pictures up on what a cafe racer looks like. I'll just show you some of the issues that the bike has that I've discovered more recently. One of them is the rim at the front here is completely rusted through, so it looks like I'll need a new rim. Suspension boots are perished. Obviously need to replace them. Headlight or speedo is broken. Headlight cover is actually intact, which is a good thing. So that's usable. Just need some new glass. Obviously no hand grips, no mirrors. There's got a cool little feature where if you pull that lever back, you can actually rotate the handlebars in line with the body or line with the frame. So then if you want to chuck it on the back of the ute, it doesn't take up as much space. Excuse my dodgy camera work with one hand while I'm trying to film and talk at the same time. Stop go button, throttle is a bit, again, munted. Fair bit of work needed there. There should be a carby on there. I've actually got two in the shed, came in a little box of bits, so two carbies I've got, try and work out one of them. Gear lever, again, looks like it's pretty bent. Foot peg's bent, looks like it's been dropped on that side, is my guess. I might have to try and straighten those out if I can. So yeah, ignition, as you can see, the key is not looking the best, and the actual key mechanism is seized up as well. Seat needs probably a bit of work, maybe just a bit of a cover. This bike's got a couple of key or cute little things. One of them is a little high-low ratio, so you can flick between a low ratio if you're just putting around on the farm or up and down really steep hills, or you can flick it into high ratio if you want to head out on the highway. Having said that, top speed's probably about 80 k's an hour, so not particularly fast bike. I think the motor puts out about 7 horsepower, which is not great, considering my current bike that I ride, a ST1100, is 100 horsepower, so a bit of a comparison there. Yeah, I've got a bit of a thing for old vehicles for some reason. My first car was a 1966 Holden. So yeah, I just like the simplicity of these old vehicles. You can see the rear wheel that basically is collapsed, no rear light. The rear rim is also rusted through on the sidewall there. So I think rather than trying to repair that, that might be a couple of sets of rims there. Brakes missing. Looks like someone's run over that a couple of times. Yeah, foot pegs. So yeah, like I say, a bit of work needed. Exhaust is also showing a bit of rust there. Although my plan is to probably take that off completely and actually run a little straight through pipe underneath the crankcase, in I guess the cafe style straight through. do have a the airbox. Again, I've sort of just poking around, so airbox sits fit on the side there, goes into the carby. The cool thing is the air intake, it actually goes in the back of that little carry-all, so there's where the air intake for the bike actually comes in underneath that little platform, which is kind of a bit weird. I probably won't use that. I might just stick a little pod filter, air filter on the carby coming out the side there. See if that works or not. Yeah, so that's my little project. Something to work on over the next few weeks or months. See how I go. I might just try and get the motor running first, see if that actually works. And if that does work, then I can maybe look at getting some of the other bits that are needed, some of the other parts, and sort of start putting it together. I'm going to try and make as many bits as I can, or scrounge as many as I can from people around that have got these bikes or spares and that kind of thing, rather than trying to buy new parts for it. We'll see how I go. Like I say, it might not be viable. It might be just a matter of pulling it apart, having a bit of fun, and then taking it down to the tip if I can't get it. Having said that, the frame looks reasonable. The motor isn't seized, and there's a bit of compression there, so I'm fairly positive about the motor at least. Like I say, these things are super simple and super reliable. They just run for years and years. So hopefully, if I strip that down, I can actually get some stuff happening there. Anyway, that's my little story. So I look forward to future editions of the motorbike and also, I guess, me. Thanks.